evening, class. This is my informative speech, and I'd like to begin with you guys thinking of a time where you've had to go to a medical facility. Now, this could have been the dentist, maybe an orthodontist, maybe it's your personal doctor. I know a lot of people get yearly checkups with their insurance and whatnot, but I want you to particularly think of a time where you were afraid to go get that service that you were going to be receiving. Maybe you were nervous, a little bit stressed, a little bit frustrated, Were you scared of the tools that were going to be used, the procedures that you knew were going to be done to you, or maybe you just didn't have enough faith on whatever doctor was going to be handling those procedures? Now, specifically in this speech, my purpose is to persuade you to have a little bit more faith in the technological aspect of the medical field. What does this encompass? This encompasses improvements that are going to be done in technology. I'm going to be talking about misuses that have been happening in the medical field, and I'm going to give you a couple statistics in order for you to understand the importance of advancements being incorporated in the medical field nowadays. Now, 2016 and 2017 have been huge years, especially for medical advancements. There are people that have written blogs, journals, and stuff of whatever is going on. There's somebody known as the medical futurist. His name is Bertolin Mesko. You can look him up online. He talks about how medical advancements can lead to a healthier, simpler, stressless life. Now, what does this relate to? I'm going to show you this graph. This is one of my visuals. Now, you should be able to see 69 and 31% on one side. What does this mean? Well, 69% of people are with you. They are afraid of some medical facilities, and they are particularly afraid of medical advancements. Now, why? Well, maybe because of movies or bad experiences that they've had with their family, or maybe they themselves have had bad experiences going to a medical facility, and maybe they were misdiagnosed, they were treated wrongly, the wrong tools were being used. 10% of Americans rate that their health is in a poor to somewhat fair condition. 40% of Americans are under prescription drugs, and there was an increase of 47% of not organ donation, but like bone replacements and other type of replacements that have had to been done to the body because of a misuse that have happened. They had to be redone, or the accuracy wasn't there, so something wrong happened. These statistics are coming out of a book known as Medical Milestones, written by Beckler Nicholas. He did a journal for the New York Times, writing specifically of this. Other statistics that I'm going to be bringing in are going to be coming from Aaron Ilker and I believe Gruvin Oskaya, who are Chinese researchers. They work at the university in China for their science and tech facility. And they wrote a huge book on the misuses that are currently happening in technology, which first begins from the foundations of improper diagnosis, which leads to the wrong tools being used, which leads to being prescribed the wrong medication. Now, I'm not trying to make you afraid, but I'm trying to persuade you on why advancements are necessary. Okay, so you're afraid of the doctor and the procedures that are going to be done, right? Okay, what if the technology was easier to use? Or what if it was so sophisticated that that doctor had to go through more specializations in college or whatever field they had to study in order to properly provide you with a guaranteed service that you will be happy and satisfactory with? I'm going to give you another example. These are two medications. One is obviously smaller than the next, but this is to provide a visual aid for you guys. This is what we've been doing up until recently. Oh, you are sick? Here, take this medication. Oh, you are sick again? Take more medication. Instead of improving the actual medication, what we've been doing, especially Americans, is just giving you more and more. And we've come to the understanding, and we've known for a while now, that bacteria, viruses, they evolve. And diseases and things that go on in our body constantly are evolving and changing. So with that being said, why wouldn't we evolve and change our technology? Why are we afraid of it being incorporated? I'll tell you why people are afraid of it, because maybe they're afraid that their doctor is going to be replaced, or maybe they're afraid of jobs being replaced, or because it's simply easier to give not your body to a doctor for, let's say, a car. It's easy to give that to a mechanic and have it fixed. It's easy to give your phone to an IT person and have that fixed. But it's very difficult to entrust your body to a doctor. Now, let's talk about BVP, the Global Venture Corporation for the medical field. They invest in medical advancements, particularly with technology, of course, and healthcare enhancements, which leads to the government. Now, imagine, what if the government had more funds in order to provide more resources for a population? That would take away the worries, or at least lessen the worries of a population cap, because the healthcare advances would be so sophisticated that it'd be cheaper, the government would have to be less involved, and they could focus on other things. This would also promote planetary colonization. How cool would that be if we would be able to unify our societies, no longer have to worry about health issues or risks, because we can go into a planet, provide some sort of igloo type structure that provides air, for example. Another thing I want to talk about is, in the past, pacemakers, glasses, muscle enhancement, organ enhancements, all of these medical things that have occurred in the past that have been able to aid humans to succeed and improve our daily life and simplify it. So let me ask you why again. Why are you afraid of technology being incorporated and advanced in our society if it would only lead to us becoming a better species and evolving our race into a more modernized and less frightful way of living?